If you want to get in shape, you don't need the perfect plan. You don't need the perfect diet, and you don't need to be in the gym 6 days a week. Most people overcomplicate what they need to do to get in shape, and that's why they don't see results. So in this video, I'm going to break down what actually matters to get in shape with no BS. And if you follow these 4 things, I guarantee that you'll start to head in the right direction to getting in shape. So the first one, and arguably the most important one, is consistency. You have to come into the gym consistently and do the work. Did you know that it takes 4 to 8 weeks for people to see their first bit of progress in the gym? So that means if you had the best plan in the world, designed by the best personal trainer, but you only stuck at it for 2 weeks, you wouldn't see any progress. So it's about showing up again and again, even on the days that you don't want to. Training 3 times a week for 6 months is so much better than training 6 times a week for 3 weeks. So remember, pick a plan that you can follow, that you can stay nice and consistent with. If that only means 3 days a week, then it only means 3 days a week. Come in and do the work consistently. You can take days off. I'm not saying that you can't take days off, but when it's programmed for you to come in, try and get into the gym. Come and do the work. It takes an hour and then you can go. The second thing usually people get wrong when they're trying to get in shape is the intensity. People often train with too little intensity. But next time you go into the gym, look around. You'll see so many people sat there scrolling through their phone or chatting away or stopping too early in reps and never actually pushing themselves when they're lifting. The body only changes when you put it through a certain amount of stress. So I'm not saying that every single session you have to go and kill yourselves. That's not what I'm saying, because that will lead to injury. But making sure that our plan that we're following has progressive overload, where we will eventually be lifting and stressing out muscle tissues so that we can get stronger or bigger or lose weight. That we do is too easy. That's a good indication that we're not putting ourselves under enough stress and therefore hindering any results that we might want to be achieving. My third thing is diet, and this is something that people either overcomplicate or completely ignore. We don't need a perfect diet to get in shape. We don't need a perfect diet to lose weight, and we don't need a perfect diet to build muscle. What we need to do is make sure that we have a simple plan and we're hitting the basics with our diet. What we need to make sure that we're doing is 1, hitting our protein goal. If we're looking to be training hard and building muscle, we need to hit our protein goal. This is roughly 2 times your body weight in grams. For instance, if I weighed 70 kg, my protein goal is going to be 140 grams of protein a day. This makes it super simple, but ensures that we're eating enough to build the muscle that we want to build. The second thing that we need to make sure that we're doing with our diet is having control over our calories. This means that we're tracking how much we're eating in a day, and we have a goal. If we want to lose weight, a deficit of around 300 to 500 calories a day is a healthy amount. And if we want to gain weight, i.e. muscle, then a surplus of around 300 to 500 is a perfect amount to start off with. If we don't know where we're up to with our diet, I always say to people, just track exactly what we're doing for 2 weeks, and then that way you'll have a rough idea of the amount of calories that you're eating. If you want to lose weight, then we'll take some off, and if we want to build muscle, add more calories on. It's very, very simple. But just making sure that we're tracking and we know where we're up to gives us the ability to head in the right direction. And finally, consistency. People always start their diet and maybe 4 weeks in they go, not a whole lot's changed. But it takes so much longer to lose weight or to build muscle than 1 month. Come up with a good plan and stick with it. See it out for 6 months, and then if nothing's worked, you can change it up. But I guarantee if you come up with a plan that's realistic and you stick with it, you will start to head in the right direction. You can train as much as you want, but if your diet's not right, you're going to really struggle to head in the direction that you want to head in. So let's get locked in with the diet, because it's one of the most important things for getting in shape. My final and 4th point is ensuring that our plan has deliberate progression. What I mean by this is, in our plan, we are slowly building up, whether this can be over a few weeks or a few months, to build up in weight. For instance, if I was following a deadlifting plan, I would build up in weight over 6 weeks to then build up to a nice heavy deadlift. Oppositely, if I was running and I wanted to improve my 5k time, I would start off by doing 1k, 2k, 3k, 4k, 5k at my target pace. Obviously, that's just a really rough example of how we can use progression through our training. But the key takeaway is that we have a plan in place to progress over weeks and months. There's no point staying at the same weight week in, week out, because that's not how we're going to improve. That's not how we're going to actually get any better. Make sure that we have controlled and deliberate progression in our training, and you will reap the rewards. And progression can be done in many ways. It can be done by increasing the amount of reps that we're doing per set. It can be we increase the amount of weight that we're lifting. It can be we increase the amount of time under tension that we're using. When we're outside, it can be increasing the distance that we're running, the speed that we're running at, or the terrain that we're running on. And I guess the main takeaway for this is it only needs to be small progression as well. We don't need, a massive jump in your back squat from one week to the next. It's small little bits of progression each week that mount up massively. So they're my 4 things, not in any particular order of importance: consistency, intensity, diet, and progression. With them 4 things, I guarantee that you will get in shape or start to head in the right direction. It's not complicated. It doesn't need to be strenuous. We're not training like professional athletes. All it needs to be is consistent and realistic. Most people just go into the gym and never actually stop and think about what they're doing or what direction they're trying to head in. If we just stop, take an hour of your time to actually plan the next month of training, it will give you such better insight of the direction that you're heading in, and you will definitely see the progress and rewards at the end. But this is a great opportunity for me to say to you that I can help you with this as well. You don't need to feel stuck. You don't need to feel lost, and you don't need to go and scroll through endless amounts of content. It's very simple for me to help you in planning on how you can reach your goals. So I've provided a link down below that you can use to sign up and get some programming. I'm offering 2 weeks of free programming for you to try out. That includes a diet plan as well as the sessions. It's free to start. So if you're training to get fitter, stronger, faster, just more capable, then subscribe. I'm here all for that, and I want to help as many people as I can get into the shape that they want to get into, to start enjoying life, to become better, fitter, stronger, better athletes. This is what I'm all about. So subscribe for more videos, and like I said, use that link down below to start your journey with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.